Hello, my dear students. This is Abhishek Mishra, Faculty of Social Studies at Mount Literacy School, Jhansi. In this video, I am going to teach you Class 10th History, Chapter number 3rd, Making of the Global World. In my last video, we had studied about the corn laws, and in this video, we are going to study about the effects of the corn laws. So let us start the topic. As food prices fell, consumption in Britain rose. Means corn was now again imported in Britain at a cheap rate. So when the food prices fell, consumption rose in Britain. From the mid 19th century, faster industrial growth in Britain also led to higher incomes and therefore more food imports. Around the world in Eastern Europe, Russia, America and Australia, lands were cleared and food production expanded to meet the British demand. As I had told you, Britain was not doing agriculture in its country. So the food was imported over there from America, Australia and from many other countries, and this food was imported to Britain at a very cheap rate. As Britain has already done industrialization over there, so the people, those who were living in Britain, they were earning higher income, and this led to the more consumption in food. Mainly lands were cleared in America as well as in Australia to meet the demand of the Britain. Now, it was not enough merely to clear lands for agriculture. Railways were needed to link the agricultural regions to the ports. So for this, new harbors had to be built and old ones expanded to ship the new cargoes. People had to settle on the lands to bring them under cultivation. This meant building homes and settlements. So for the import and export of food, Britain started doing industrialization over there. Railways were built, harbors were built, because the food needed to be import and export to the harbors and then by railway to the different cities. People had to settle on the lands to bring them under cultivation, and this meant building homes and settlements. All these activities in turn required capital and labor. Now, for the construction of railways and ports, the workers were migrating from one country to another, and as the workers were migrating, so they needed homes and settlements. Capital also flowed from financial centers such as London. The demand for labor in places where labor was in short supply, as in America and Australia, led to more migration. Nearly 50 million people emigrated from Europe to America and Australia in the 19th century. All over the world, some 150 million are estimated to have left their homes, crossed oceans and vast distances over in search of a better future. So as America and Australia were growing food for the demand of Britishers, so most of the people emigrated from Europe to America and Australia. Now, here in this picture, you may see how the workers are emigrating from Europe to America, totally laden on the ships. And here you can see another picture in which people are waiting for the next ship to come and to take over them. Now, thus by 1819, a global agricultural economy had taken shape, accompanied by complex changes in labor movement patterns, capital flows, ecologies and technology. As I had told you, when the migration is done by the laborers, it also takes capital with them, ecologies with them, technologies with them. Food no longer came from a nearby village or town, but from thousands of miles away. It was not grown by a peasant tilling his own land, but by an agricultural worker, perhaps recently arrived, who has now working on a large farm that only a generation ago had most likely been a forest. It was transported by railway, built for that very purpose, and by ships which were increasing manned in these decades by low paid workers from southern Europe, Asia, Africa and the Caribbean. तो यहाँ हम क्या देखते हैं कि खाना जो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जा रहा था, उसमें कई सारे वर्कर्स काम करने के लिए आए थे। एग्रीकल्चर जो किया जा रहा था उसमें कई सारे वर्कर्स काम करने के लिए आए थे, और ये वर्कर किसी एक कंट्री के नहीं थे, दे वर फ्रॉम डिफरेंट कंट्रीज. सो इस तरीके से माइग्रेशन और ग्लोबलाइजेशन का प्रोसेस शुरू हो चुका था. सो हियर आई एम एंडिंग दिस वीडियो. गुड बाय, गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल, थैंक यू.